Hey Bells. So I am in my pajamas with fur on me. It's from my puppy. God, I am so lit up right now. So I'm going to be doing a foundation routine. This is how I get like a flawless base before I start my eyeshadow and all that stuff. So I'm not going to show you contour and all that stuff. I'm just going to show you the base. And when I do my makeup routine, I usually do my base first and then I do my eyes. So I'm going to take these off because I can't see. Well, I can't have them on when I do it. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, so usually I don't pick the eye boogies out first. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how I want to start this. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like just out of it. I haven't made videos, and me and Stephanie have not made any videos on this channel for over a week, and I don't like it because I wanted to make a video like every week, like a couple times a week. I'm throwing everything everywhere. Some use this big old alligator clip. Okay, so we're just gonna start in it. Now I'm trying to use this one up. This is how I usually start everything. Is I use a face spray first. This is the Mario Badescu Skincare Aloe Rosewater Facial Spray, and I usually just start with that first. That's like a base for me, is I start that. And then I usually do like a moisturizer next. So I'm going to use my Hemp's Pure Herbal Extract Hemp moisturizer. And it has pot leaf on it. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be infused with that kind of, with hemp in it. So I just use a very little because a very little goes a long way. Like, I barely use, like, I just use about that much. I just dip it once. That's about it. As I throw everything. So I usually do this more around my nose because my nose is prone to flaking first. And like where the cracks on my nose are. So I usually put lotion in there. I do have a Dr. Jart facial moisturizer, but my mom stole it from me. Okay, my friend Stephanie's actually texting me right now. I sent her some things that we need to get for what we want to do, so we needed to get that stuff. We just haven't had a chance to do that because I'm a broke right now, which is fun. So next, I usually do that, and then I do a primer, which you would think that's a lot, but it's not. I usually use the Benefit Professional primer, but I've been switching between this one and I use, I kind of try out different primers. I either do this one or I do the YSL sample, because I'm too cheap. Whenever I get the money, I will be buying the foundation. I'm too cheap right now. It's too expensive. So I do a dot here, dot on my nose, dot on my forehead, dot on my chin, and then I just start going to town and rubbing it in. This stuff, I love it because it fills in all my pores, but that YSL one is amazing. It's the has the golden flakes in it. Oh my god, I absolutely love it. And I love their foundation. So I need to quit being a cheap butt and just buy it, because every time we go into Sephora, I always get a sample of it. But I'm so cheap, I don't want to pay $50-something for a foundation. Like, that's just insane to me. So if Ulta ever gets it, I could buy it. Because I love credit cards. So anyway, so I usually do that as a primer. And speaking of YSL, I use their foundation sample size because I can't, like I said, I'm too cheap to buy it. So I love their foundation. I have like 2 little pods of it because I love it so much. I think this is the one I've been using. I'm trying to use them all up before I use my newer ones. But I usually just dot this all over my face first. And then I take a wet sponge. I don't have a beauty blender. I have the Morphe sponge, and I really enjoy it. So, I literally just dab this everywhere. And this stuff is full coverage. It is really, really good. It's not too thick. It's not heavy. I really enjoy it. That one's empty, so I can throw it away, and I'm excited. So this has water in it. And it's one of those, oh, what is that called? Nail dropper things. But I put my Morphe sponge on there and I like squeeze it, water in it. So I do that, and I use that to blend everything. And I really, really love this foundation. This foundation is a bomb. It is so good. Like, it makes me have like a flawless face, and I love it. So I'm just gonna keep blending. I blend over my eyes, my eyebrows. Yes, I blend over my eyebrows. Because when I do my eyebrows, I tend to have bare spots in my eyebrows, and I don't like that. So I usually put foundation in my eyebrows. And now I don't have a skin routine of how I wash my face because I need to get into that. The reason I don't have that kind of stuff is because I don't wash my face. I usually just use a makeup wipe and go to town on my face. So after I think I have it, I can't see anything. So after I feel like I have it all blended in, I mean, I really go to town. Then I go into concealer. And then my concealer, I usually use this one or my Tarte Shape Tape. This one is the Makeup Revolution concealer, and I really love this concealer too. It's really good. It's full coverage. Well, it's medium to full coverage. And I kind of dot this like this. Like, it's really good. And I put a couple streaks in the middle of my forehead, on my nose, and sometimes on my chin. I don't do the underline. I used to do that. I don't do that no more. To me, it doesn't do anything for me. But then I take the pointy part of my Morphe sponge, which I need to buy the Jeffree Star ones, which would be amazing. But I would love to have the brushes, but oh my gosh. I don't think I'll ever have the brushes. They're so expensive. I do credit card. So, but yeah, after I blend it mostly with the pointy part, I actually really just get the pointy part with under my eyes because it gets right up in there. So, and I kind of tend to focus mine like right here and kind of as a triangle. That's how I'm trying to say it. I make it pointy here, and then I kind of flare it out from the top to the, if that makes any sense. I flare it from where my eyes, under my eyes, down, but in a triangle-y kind of shape. It's like an obtuse triangle. There you go. It's like a weird triangle. So after I get my under eyes done and my chin and my nose and all that, I'll go back with the part I use my foundation on, and where the edges are, I kind of blend them into my foundation just to make sure it's all blended together. And you see kind of my face is like all one color. It kind of matches my neck. I even drag this down my neck just to be safe. But I literally take my sponge and just dab the crap out of my face just to make sure. Then I go in with powder. People usually use like cream contour and then they set it and then they use powder. No, to me, I can't do that. So I just take my Coty Airspun powder. I love this powder. Is like, I have two of these. I have this one and this one. Like, I literally love this stuff. This one's in honey beige. Yeah, and the other one's in translucent. But I use the honey beige because I'm trying to use this one all up first. Then I'm going to use, of course, the other one. But I actually mixed two powders in here together. It's the Cargo powder, HD powder, and I poured it on in here and then I mixed it together. So what I normally do when I have powder, I take a powder sponge. I use any kind of sponge. I have an EcoTools sponge, an EcoTools sponge, and you can see where it's powdery. I usually use this for under the eye, the powder, and kind of bake my under eye. And I do that on both sides just to really set that. And then I open my Coty Airspun, and it's going to go everywhere, I already know. And I dip it once in there, just once, because I don't want this everywhere. So I just kind of pounce the powder on so I'm not dragging all the foundation I just did, because that sucks, because I've done it. And I just literally powder my whole entire bottom half of my face. And as it has powder on my face, I take a brush. This is where the brush comes in. I take a brush, a big fluffy brush. I have this one by BH Cosmetics. This is good. I like it. I take what is on my bottom half of my face, except for the under eye, I do not touch that, but everywhere else, I buff it in. Because I usually let all the eyeshadow fall. And it's baking, so, and whatever's on my brush from down here, I put it on my forehead, so I don't have like a waterfall of powder on my face. So I literally do this. That is really all I do for my base. So I will be doing a makeup look after this, but I wanted to show you my base routine. So stay tuned for the actual foundation. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you stay tuned for whenever Stephanie posts again. She's been having a lot of things go on right now, so as have I. And yeah, just stay tuned, guys. We are going to put out stuff. It's just taking a while because we are just so busy and a lot of stuff is going on. So yeah, so it basically takes me about 13 minutes to 14 minutes to do my base, but if I'm not talking to a camera, it takes me literally like 7 minutes, like half the time it takes me on here. So yeah, all right guys, stay tuned for the next video. Bye, bells.